3,000. But right now, I am selling 4 million fingerlings and 2,000 fry. I went to Nigeria last year. I learned, wow, that was a shock to me because when I saw the extent and the progress that our fellow Nigerians are doing, when I came back, I said, that is a revolution. The catfish industry in Nigeria is a revolution that is required here in Malawi.
As the global demand increases and more opportunities are created, better and improved nutrition for children with dietary requirements met by the consumption of fish, new job opportunities like feed processing.
Good evening and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority. I'm Ayodeji Makinde. We'll begin with some security reports because repairs on the damaged section of the Abuja-Kaduna rail track affected during bandits' attack is progressing steadily. Personnel mobilized to fix the damaged portion have been working to repair the broken section. Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba paid unscheduled visits to the area to reassure the workers of their safety. Haruna Muhammad reports that heavy equipment have been deployed to ensure quality job. Repairs are expected to be completed on time to enable restoration of train services along Kaduna-Abuja corridor. No fewer than 9.5 million tablets of pharmaceutical opioids, including tramadol, dried cat leaves and Exol 5 worth over 5 billion naira have been cut off the supply in Nigeria. The illicit substances were seized at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Lagos, the Federal Capital Territory and Edo State in a combined effort of the NDLEA operatives and the Nigerian Customs Service. In a related development, a Brazilian returnee has been arrested at the Port Harcourt International Airport for alleged possession of 8.15 kilograms of cocaine concealed in 6 factory-sewn bed sheets, making it the largest seizure since the airport began operation. Meanwhile, 17 suspects were arrested in the past week during nationwide operations conducted by the NDLEA for alleged drug dealing, while 7 clusters of dry season cannabis sativa farms in Okpuje forests, Edo State, were also destroyed. The People's Redemption Party has re-elected Malam Falalu Bello from Kaduna State as its national chairman for another term of office. This was at the party's national convention, which held in Abuja. Timothy Yusuf reports.
Former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Tairu Jega, from Kebbi State, is among the delegates to this convention that elected the 24-member National Working Committee of the PRP. The officers were all elected by consensus. 2 positions, the office of the National Vice Chairman Southeast and that of the National Youth Leader, however, failed to scale through the consensus affirmative voice votes as they were rejected. Father Lubelo, on behalf of the National Working Committee, reassured members that the PRP will remain on the side of the masses, in line with the ideology of his founding father, the late Malam Aminu Kano.
We shall do our best as your servants, in your service as leaders of the People's Redemption Party. And as an opposition party, which the People's Redemption Party is. We shall tell the government what they are doing right.
Delegates, including former INEC chairman Professor Tairu Jega, believe that the convention has set the tone for the party to relaunch itself into more recognition and growth.
A long time ago, our mentor, our father, the late Malam Aminu Kano, said that the PRP is the party of the future. And the future begins now.
INEC officials were on ground to observe the national convention. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
In a related development, efforts towards the attainment of best practices for inclusive elections in Nigeria have begun in Abuja. Again, Timothy Yusuf has the details.
We should be celebrating the mark that we have been able to reach in the electoral reform.
Findings show that Nigeria suffers from declining civic participation in elections, with women, youth and persons with disability being the most affected. Convener of this round table believes that the trend can be reversed.
By Nigeria's population statistics, you do have a 50-50 range in the gender distribution, and a situation where you have about 50% of your population only able to participate in very minuscule percentage raises a major concern.
Developing a shared understanding of the issue of declining civic engagement in Nigeria and agreeing on best practices for inclusive elections as the 2023 general elections draw nearer is the priority of this gathering. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
In another development, today is the second day of Ramadan following the sighting of the crescent moon in parts of the country. Garba Muhammad Nat Allah in this special report takes a look at the significance of this holy month and how it is observed.
In this month of mercy, the well-to-do are expected to cater for the needy. It is believed that bountiful rewards from Allah awaits those that diligently observe the month, even as Muslims become their brothers' keepers, giving the less privileged a sense of belonging. The likes of Malam Alime Kano, who is 62 years, sick and has no work, but depends on well-spirited individuals to support him, now do have a respite as Ramadan approaches. This is because throughout this month, one needs not to ask for food. The same goes for Abdullahi Laden, although his condition is quite different, as he earns from the little he sells, yet depends on wealthy individuals to support him. Subject to lessons in the month, the chief imam of Abuja National Mosque adds his voice to what Muslims are expected to do.
We are to extend the hand of giving to others so that Allah in His infinite mercy will reward us abundantly.
Muslim faithful have this to say on the significance of the month.
We have no option but to repent back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do what He wants us to do.
We need to look back, to go back in time to when Nigeria was one Nigeria and put aside all our differences.
Let's try and be kind to our brothers and sisters during this month of Ramadan.
For the likes of Malam Alime Kano, Ramadan does not only bring sukkah and put food on their tables, but also comes with spiritual upliftment. In Abuja, Garba Muhammad Natala, NTA News.
With me in the studio to touch on some Ramadan teachings is Imam Ansaruddin Mosque, Abuja, Musa Olaofe. Thanks for coming on Nationwide.
Thank you very much, sir.
Ramadan is being observed at a time when the nation is experiencing difficult moments in almost every sector of the recent train attack and, of course, other acts of terrorism. And what are the teachings of Ramadan in addressing such times of unrest?
Honestly speaking, nobody is happy with what is really happening in terms of that attack, because it's at the time when people are preparing for the month of Ramadan, whereby they are there to call on Allah. Some are even traveling to see their family in preparation for the month of Ramadan. And when this thing happens, nothing happens without the knowledge of Almighty Allah. But He knows better than every one of us. But honestly, nobody's happy with it.
Let's talk about the recent hike in foodstuff and other commodities in markets. And now, should it be so, considering that the holy month of Ramadan is a time to promote charity and goodwill?
Yes, my advice to those that sell things or they deliberately want to hike things is not good enough. Honestly speaking, because we cannot say because the month of Ramadan, people come to buy things to give out to the charity, you now had a lot of money into it so that they can buy it either they like it or not. It's not done like that. We should not make things more difficult for others because Allah wants us to see things with ease. He doesn't want any difficulties for anybody. So if you are trading and you always think that if you add more prices to whatever you are selling, that is when you can be able to get more gain. It's not done. So what matters is the barakah, the blessings from Almighty Allah. So if you sell, normal price, just little gain there, then Allah will put barakah in it. But if you think that because the opportunity has come, you're in the month of Ramadan, then you can increase, you can add more money, then the punishment is heavier. So people should be very careful. Because they should have mercy for others, especially at this very crucial period whereby things are not easy for people. The money is not there. People struggle to even feed their family, feed themselves. But if you can even give out voluntarily to assist them, they'll be very much happier. So it's good for us to sell things the way and manners we bought it, so that that inflation should not be too much there. Increment will not be too much there, so that the life will not be very difficult for others.
But let's still dwell more on what you just said now, which is the essence of charity. President Muhammadu Buhari in his Ramadan speech urged citizens against wasting food items, and also talks more about feeding the poor and speaking up for the marginalized. How can Nigerians really key into this?
Well, you see, when President discussed about wastage, that we should not waste food, because it is even Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam does not encourage anybody to waste food, because as you are seen eating, some are not even seeing anything to eat at all. So if you use that opportunity, the little, you know that this is what you can eat. Don't go another mile extra. Then you gather this one, put this one on the table, put this one on the table. At the end of the day, you will not even eat all. So some people are even somewhere feeling so hungry, they cannot even see what to eat. So don't waste food. Make sure that you do things, and then there should be no discrimination, even in giving. Either you are from this tribe or whatever tribe, in as much you are in the month of Ramadan and you are ready to give to anybody, do it, with sense of maturity. And so that at the end of the day, everybody will feel happy with whatever you have given to them.
With 28 days to go, quickly, how can Nigerians key into the valuable teachings of Ramadan in building a good nation?
Well, we just have to continue praying to Almighty Allah, because Nigeria, as a beautiful nation, as a good country, endowed with so many good natural resources, and it is not the work of the government alone. Even we, the masses, we need to put heads together to make Nigeria great. So we should avoid all those things that are avoidable: killing, kidnapping, maiming at one another, all sorts of things that doesn't make love to be there deeply rooted. We need to work on it to make sure that one nation, one destiny, one Nigeria. So when we have all this, then we'll be much more happier. And we should not forget to pray for our leaders, because they are human beings like every one of us. If they do wrong, move closer to them and talk to them. And if you see that what they are doing is okay, why can't you assist them in prayers? So those are the things that we believe. And the leaders too should not forget that the masses, they really much depend on them. So may Allah make it easy for every one of us.
Imam, I'd like to thank you for coming on Nationwide.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I've been conversing with Imam Ansaruddin Mosque Abuja, Imam Musa Olaofe, on the Ramadan, which is just 2 days into the holy month of Ramadan for the year 2022. Let's continue on Nationwide and also tell you that the need to invest in youth for the survival of Nigeria took center stage at the Nigerian Television Authority Minna 8th Ramadan Lecture. The event, which was held at the Justice Idris Legbo Kutigi International Conference Center, Minna, had in attendance dignitaries including the representative of the Director General of the Nigerian Television Authority, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, Mokhtar Wowo reports.
The annual Ramadan lecture organized by the Nigerian Television Authority Minna is aimed at refreshing minds of Muslims on the teachings and lessons inherent in the month of Ramadan, as well as promoting understanding among the religious groups in the state and the country at large. The 8th edition of the lecture series, with the theme Unity and Survival of Nigeria, a lesson from the holy month of Ramadan, is based on the contemporary security challenges bedeviling the country. Presenting a paper on the theme, an Islamic scholar, Dr. Ahmad Bashir Yankazo, described the month of Ramadan as a month of sharing, caring, and showing compassion to the welfare of others.
Our unity and survival depends to a large extent on what we do to our youth. We need to give them sound education. We need to give them opportunity to get jobs.
Dignitaries at the event, including representative of the Director General NTA, examined the benefits of fasting during the month of Ramadan and the need for introspection.
It is only via unity, modesty, and temperance that we make the world a better place for all of us to live.
For us to be united, we have to imbibe and inculcate in ourselves the fundamental principle of unity.
It is the man that increases the value of self-discipline and self-restraint in us.
It's for everybody to check his or her mind. What have I been doing? Have I been doing it right? What can I imbibe from the lessons of Ramadan to change me for better?
The Ramadan lecture was interactive. In Minna, Mokhtar Wowo, NTA News.
It's time now to cross over to our Lagos Network Center, where Michael is there with the next set of reports. Good evening, Michael. It's over to you.
Thank you, Ayodeji. In a move to address the operations of illegal online loan lenders, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has freezed 30 bank accounts and discovered about 90 applications operational in the country. Executive Vice Chairman of the Commission, Babatunde Rukera, made the revelation at an engagement meeting in Lagos, where reviewed and analyzed the state of the market and what lies ahead. Abolade Salami reports.
The world over, digital lending has become a practice open to all in need of soft loan to execute a task or invest in a business for the purpose of generating profits, while the system is being operational in the country, with many taking advantage of it to access capital without any collateral, as usually requested by deposit money banks. With the space going fast and many lenders coming on board with several loan applications, Nigerians have been advised to be wary of the process.
We welcome consumer lending, but only when done ethically. My experience in the past few weeks with digital lending is that if we're not careful, what we're just seeing is money, not benefit.
The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission recently uncovered several illegal online applications used to transact financial services and ordered their closure from operations.
We have become aware of at least, clearly that we can track, another 30 to 40 apps. There are approximately 70-something to 90 apps operational in Nigeria. We have become aware of at least another dozen locations where they operate from. And we have entered orders freezing at least another 30 bank accounts. So imagine how much information that we have gotten in 2 weeks.
Protecting consumers against any form of unwarranted behavior or abuse, the Commission says remains its core mandate. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News.
The implementation of new policies targeted at surpassing the 6.045 trillion naira revenue benchmark for 2022 fiscal year is top on the priority list of the Federal Inland Revenue Service. Chairman FIRS Mohammed Nami was emphatic on this as it reiterates federal government drive to develop the non-oil sector. Lynn Nenike reports.
As efforts to grow the nation's tax net to gross domestic product (GDP) intensifies, with a view to generating more revenue for infrastructural development and to reduce government, domestic and foreign borrowings, The body saddled with the responsibility of revenue collection in the last couple of days have engaged in a series of brainstorming sessions to map out new ways to ensure tax evasion is addressed.
If the strategies we develop are implemented, it will lead us to achieving the 10.4 trillion set us by the federal government of Nigeria.
Done with comparing notes and discussions on better performance this year in revenue collection, the service decided to acknowledge excellent performance as members of staff were hosted to a dinner party in celebration of hard work. Executive Chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, Muhammad Nami, noted that the service is entering a new era and determined to deliver on its mandate of generating funds for developmental projects of government through effective and efficient revenue collection system.
We're able to set our strategic plan for the year, and together we resolve that it will be implemented so that by the end of the year 2022, we're able to achieve the target set for us. We're able to even do better.
Keeping with the new economic realities and the evolving global best practices, management of FIRS commends Nigerians for adhering to voluntary compliance of payment of taxes, adding that continuous self-assessment remains paramount to the service. Drama, cultural performances, and special recognition of some members of staff were part of activities for the evening. In Lagos, Lane Lenake, NTA News.
Time now to join Nana Aisha in Sokoto for more updates. But before that, do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on YouTube at NTA News Online. You can also visit our Facebook page at NTA Network News, Twitter handle at NTA News Now, and on Instagram at NTA Network for updates.
The aviation sector is rapidly growing with the construction of new international airport terminals in several regions of the country. The new Murtala Mohammed International Airport has an estimated passenger increase of 30 million annually and 15 million for Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Malam Aminu Kano International Airport is also expected to open new frontiers for the region with more travel capacity for the annual Hajj, while the new Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, avails more business opportunities connecting the industrial cities in the region to the world. These new terminals beat world-class standards with enabling infrastructure that aid air travel, tourism, and the eventual growth of the country's GDP.
Open up commerce and, of course, link us to international societies.
People from international community will come here to do business, and then that will bring in more revenue to the state.
Now, distances can be seamlessly covered as Nigeria keeps raising its bar to suit global infrastructure standards.
As the world advances, Samuel Adegboyega University, Ogwa, Edo State, is poised to deliver world-class education rooted in strong academic traditions. In the colleges of law, basic and applied sciences, humanities, management and social sciences, Samuel Adegboyega University is building the next generation of leaders. Hurry now for 2021-2022 undergraduate and postgraduate admissions into any of our NUC fully accredited programs. Secure admission today in one of the fastest growing private universities in Africa. Also note that the university runs diploma, JUPEB, part-time and tuition-free programs. For more information, visit www.sau.edu.ng or call 0705 079 1226. Samuel Adegboyega University, to nurture for discipline and excellence.
A new edition of TV Guide is out, exclusively with Professor Umar Garba Dambata, Executive Chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC.
We have unveiled the 622 as a toll-free line through which consumers can be able to lodge their complaints. And we have introduced the 112 as the national emergency number.
This edition is a compendium of mind-blowing stories for your reading pleasure, ranging from technology, entertainment, economy, media, politics, family, and lots more. Pick up your copy and get abreast with issues and trending features within our space. TV Guide, very incisive, very educative and compelling. Grab a copy at the vendor near you or any NTA station nationwide. TV Guide, your indispensable companion.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sokoto. Sokoto State Police Command has arrested a 21-year-old Farida Usman for kidnapping a 3-year-old child in Gidamadi and 2 suspects for alleged burglary and theft. Sheikh Muhammad Dati reports that the suspects were paraded at the command's headquarters in Sokoto.
Parading the suspects before newsmen, the Command Public Relations Officer, ASP Sanusi Abakar, said Alhaji Yusuf Ibrahim Gidamadi in Tengaza local government reported to divisional police in the area that his son, Muhammad Nasir, 3 years, was kidnapped. Later on, unknown number called him, demanding the sum of 2 million naira as ransom, or he will never see his child again. He said after receiving first-hand information, they swung into action, and in the course of investigation, the suspect, Fatima Usman, was arrested at the point where she asked for the money to be kept in Tengaza. The command PPRO also said the suspect, after interrogation, confessed to the crime, saying she kidnapped the child and kept him at one of her cousin's place in nearby village in Gidamadi. Also, the command has successfully arrested 2 persons, Aminu Bello and Fodio Bashar of Marana area, who burgled rooms at Sokoto Specialist Hospital and steal 4 air conditioners.
Sokoto State Police Command did not rest on its laurels in fighting crime and other criminality bothering the state in general.
All the suspects will be charged to court after investigation. In Sokoto, Sheikh Muhammad Dati, NTA News.
Sokoto State Government is to expend the sum of 760 million naira for this year's Ramadan feeding program. Secretary to the state government, Malam Saidu Umar, disclosed this while addressing the main group and supervisors of Ramadan feeding centers in the state. Sheikh Muhammad Dati reports.
About 180 Ramadan feeding centers have been established by Sokoto State Government to cater for the poor, needy, and less privileged members of the society. The idea is to assist them to break their fast with ease and dignity. Secretary to Sokoto State Government, Malam Saidu Umar, underscored the role of the G5 and supervisors of Ramadan feeding centers, urging them to ensure the success of this year's feeding program. Malam Saidu Umar advocated for harmonious working relationship between the G5 and supervisors, adding that the success of the program relies on their efforts in making the program a reality.
We will do everything we can to ensure that these food items reach to everybody that is meant for it, meant to benefit from it.
Some of the G5 members who reviewed last year's experience pledged commitment to serve better in this year's program. In Sokoto, Sheikh Muhammad Dati, NTA News.
Well, that's our contribution for today. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, and on our YouTube channel, NTA News Online. You can also visit our Twitter handle at NTA News Now, our Facebook page, NTA Network News, and our Instagram, NTA Network, for updates. Well, that's it. Nationwide continues in Abuja. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Nana, in our Sokoto Network Center. Let's continue nationwide, and Anambra State's government has convened a peace-building and security dialogue to bring an end to restiveness and violence in Anambra and Southeast region at large. This was at the instance of the state's governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, in Awka, the state's capital. Ndem Kalu has details.
The dialogue was necessitated due to the growing spate of insecurity, which has adversely affected socio-economic development in the region. Stakeholders, including Joint Body of Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers, bishops and archbishops, gathered to find ways towards peace and restoration of normalcy.
After the peaceful ones have come out, if you're then adamant, being a criminal, we do to you, we deal with you the way criminals are dealt with. Because you cannot hold the entire society to ransom.
Chairman of Anambra State and Southeast Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Nnemeka Achebe, urged all affected victims of insecurity in the Southeast in the past 3 years to step forward and cooperate with the Truth and Reconciliation Commission that will be inaugurated by Anambra State government.
The government and good people of Anambra State hereby offer an olive branch for you, for them, all to return and empower you to contribute to our whole setting.
The meeting attracted representatives from various groups in the Southeast. In Awka, Ndem Kalu, NTA News.
Cities of insecurity within Nigeria require increased focus on peace building and conflict resolution. This was the opinion of stakeholders at the 3rd Northern Nigeria Peace Conference and Award 2022, put together by Peace Ambassador Agency in Abuja. Haman Jabani reports.
For 10 years, Peace Ambassadors Agency worldwide has been contributing to peace building through its program, the Education Project, where youths are educated on peaceful conduct. The conference and award are avenue for interest groups and peace ambassadors to bring up workable possibilities and ways of achieving a peaceful society.
What is happening? What is happening to our country? Is it leadership? Is it lack of information? Is it education? People are dying every day. Now, the essence of this is for people to come together, sit down, dialogue, discuss way forward. How can we create a unified Nigeria?
Speakers say the knowledge of conflict resolution through dialogue is lacking in the consciousness of many Nigerians due to the lack of proper information and training.
For organizations who are simply looking for money to do frivolous things, but these ones are looking for money to promote peace in Nigeria, and it's highly commendable.
When you are faced with this kind of state of war in every nation, citizens must support the government to make sure that we succeed.
In their own little way, they are contributing to ensuring that peace is guaranteed in our nation.
We cannot grow as a nation without peace. Security is much more important in this country at this point.
This year's event has 38 award recipients, including Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, and many other notable personalities. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
Abubakar in Maiduguri will tell us how the Theatre Commander Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hardin K visited the NTA. Let's join Abubakar now.
That's true, Ayodeji. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. Theatre Commander Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Hardin K, Major General Christopher Musa, has attributed some of the recent successes recorded in the counter-insurgency war to non-kinetic operations and tremendous support from the media. The theatre commander disclosed this when he visited NTA Maiduguri Zonal Network Center. Memuna Garba will now tell us more.
As part of third media establishment, the Theatre Commander Operation Hardin K, Major General Christopher Musa was in NTA Maiduguri, where he was received by the Zonal Director and top management staff of the organization. The Theatre Commander acknowledged the support NTA is giving to the military, especially the ongoing counter-insurgency operations in the Northeast, and encouraged the medium to continue with the good work. While interacting with the management staff of NTA Maiduguri, the theatre commander disclosed that the military is trying to make people understand the essence of de-radicalizing and reintegrating surrendered insurgents as an option which has worked in many war-torn African countries, saying it will also work in Nigeria for peace to reign.
We want to encourage you to continue to do this. We cannot reach these people, but you can.
And then this simple thing that we do that looks very simple goes a very long way.
Zonal Director, NTA Zonal Network Center, Maiduguri, Ishaya Hanania Uba, appreciated the long-standing relationship between the military and NTA since the beginning of the Boko Haram insurgency.
I appreciate you for identifying with us all the time. You are on the right path. You have chosen the correct way to follow. You always let me commend you. There is a difference.
While in NTA Maiduguri, the theatre commander featured in a special current affairs live phone-in program where a wide range of security issues in the theatre were discussed with the general public participating.
We're here and we're committed to the work we're doing. They should have no fear, they should have no doubt. With the surrendered insurgents, they are safe and they are secured.
Major General Christopher Musa said once the northeast is peaceful, it will extend to other troubled areas. In Maiduguri, Minna Ramadan, NTA News.
And still on issues concerning security, Borno State Police Command has paraded 46 suspects for various crimes and criminalities, which include one suspect conveying high-grade military hardware comprising rocket-propelled grenade and ammunition to the southern part of the country. Commissioner of Police CP Abdul Umar made the disclosure during a press briefing at the command headquarters in Maiduguri. Mohammed Ibrahim was there.
These top-grade military hardware to include anti-aircraft and live ammunitions, rocket-propelled grenade RPG and hand grenade, cartridges and belt were intercepted by the police heading to Akankpa local government area of Cross River State. The suspect Clement Asuk says it is meant for the destination community to protect itself from IPOB recruitment.
He's the one that is fully involved in the act. He's from Cross River State, but he serves here in Borno.
As what?
He's a soldier. I knew him through my uncle.
Commissioner of Police Borno State Abdul Umar said other arrests which followed intelligence include theft of firearms, armored cables and public property, rape, child trafficking, force and assault, attempted kidnapping as well as disturbance of public peace and possession of dangerous weapons.
People may come and procure or have access to firearms and ammunitions. There are some category of people who are sabotaging the government and who are sabotaging the efforts of the security agencies. So we're not going to cover any person involved.
Breakdown of the arrests also include rape by a 47-year-old man of an 80-year-old woman and another of a 10-year girl child. The police assures to intensify operations as directed by the Inspector General of Police to check antecedents of emerging security challenges in some parts of the country. In Maiduguri, Muhammad Ibrahim, NTA News.
If you're just joining us, you're on to Nationwide on Africa's Window to the World, NTA. Let us at this point take a commercial break, but Jenny in our Port Harcourt Network Center will be back with the next set of stories for us on Nationwide this evening.
All the thrills and all the action on Nigeria's biggest dance reality show. Glow Battle of the Year is on NTA every Sunday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Contemporary times require practical skills to remain competitive and relevant in your organization. Therefore, take advantage of NTA TV College Short Proficiency courses to sharpen your professional skills. Basic Broadcast Accounting and Auditing. Date 4th April to 15th April 2022. 2 weeks. Audio Engineering Operations and Maintenance. Date 18th April to 29th April 2022. 2 weeks. The course fee for the 2-week course is 150,000 naira only. Accommodation inclusive. The venue for all courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA TV College near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos. For more enquiries, please call 0803-314-4383 or 0806-980-9807. NTA TV College, Jos, training you to be the best you want to be.
Do you run a breast or cervical cancer service? Are you a private or public laboratory, clinic or hospital that offer any of breast imaging, cervical cancer screening, HPV vaccination, or other breast or cervical cancer services? Is your service a primary, secondary, or tertiary center located in any part of Nigeria, no matter how remotely located it is? If yes to any of these questions, then subscribe to the OCI Foundation's Savvy Breast app and become accessible and visible to millions of Nigerians. It is all for free. To subscribe, just type the Savvy Breast application form on Google or go to the OCI Foundation's page on www.ocifoundation.org and search for Savvy Breast application form. Complete the form and submit. And let millions of Nigerians patronize you, all for free. Become part of the OCI Foundation's quest to tackle breast and cervical cancers in Nigeria. And join us as we rise by lifting others.
And welcome to Port Harcourt. The Nigerian Navy and concerned stakeholders in the maritime sector have launched another operation tagged Dakata da Barao to checkmate illegal refining and movement of petroleum products at the maritime domain. Kingsley Amajiri reports that the Chief of Naval Staff, Awal Gambo, was represented at the flag-off exercise.
Stealing of crude oil, illegal refining of petroleum products, and distribution have been a major concern to operators in the petroleum industry. The flag-off of this operation, in partnership with NNPC, is intended to strengthen sharing of intelligence, continued security presence, and effective policing of the nation's maritime space. Operatives of Nigerian Navy will be monitoring pipelines, block identified channels, and hinder the movement of stolen crude oil from inshore to sea.
There have been reports of massive theft of our petroleum products, reportedly through the pipelines, through filtering away of our products by vessels, and that has resulted in a lot of, bleeding of the nation. We have lost so much in terms of revenue, and from the reports we are getting, Nigeria is actually bleeding, and there's a need for us to bring this to a halt.
The operation seeks to bolster the already existing operations and patrols conducted by various commands and bases.
The operations would also involve aerial surveillance with special forces to conduct clearance operations. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
As activities preceding the 2023 general elections commence in earnest, society keen watchers are of the view that it has become imperative to examine the relationship between active citizens' participation and good governance. Dianikume Ulolo tells us more.
Citizen participation in governance is cardinal in every democratic system.
It is one of the major indicators of political administrative development, hence the need for Nigerians to change the present mindset that seems to suggest that those involved in governance issues are on their own with unguarded latitude to toy with the masses.
Citizens have become a platform to gain power. The moment they gain power, they forget those through whom they say they are going to represent. And so in our own case, I would say that partly the citizens should be blamed.
If they can allow us, the citizens, vote in people, things will be good. Why? If we vote you in this time and you are not doing what you are supposed to do and people are calling you to order, you are not interested, there is no way the same people who voted you in can vote you in again.
The extent of citizen participation in governance through various democratic means, including the formation and expression of public opinion, reactions and responses to government decisions, are said to be discouraging because of the level of awareness and education.
How many of us understand that those who are representing us, they are there because of us, and if they are not doing what we want them to do, we have the power to recall them. But for the citizens themselves to do what? To realize that they are the source of power.
In order to ensure that government actually works, informed, organized, active, and peaceful citizen participation in governance must be underscored. This, they say, will require a clear understanding and appreciation of citizenship challenges, politics, and government.
Respondents are of the view that the more people participate in governance, the more democratic it becomes. In Port Harcourt, Yanukume Ulolu, NTA News.
And that's it. From here is back to Ayo in Abuja for the continuation of Nationwide.
Jenny in our Port Harcourt Network Center, we thank you. The International Energy Agency, 31 member countries have agreed to a new release of oil from emergency reserves to cushion effects of the market turmoil caused by Russia's military operations in Ukraine. This underscores their strong and unified commitment to stabilizing global energy markets. The agreement was reached at an extraordinary meeting of the IEA Governing Board held at the ministerial level and chaired by the United States of America's Secretary of Energy, Jennifer Granholm. The details of the new emergency stock release will be made public early next week. The agreement follows the previous action taken by International Energy Agency IEA member countries announced last month, to which they pledged a total of 62.7 million barrels. Ministers reiterate support for sanctions imposed on Russia by the international community and express solidarity with the people of Ukraine and their democratically elected government. The governing board also encourages member countries to support Ukraine in the supply of oil products, as Russia's military operation in the country continue to put significant strains on global oil markets, resulting in heightened price volatility. This is taking place against the backdrop of commercial inventories that are at their lowest level since 2014 and a limited ability of oil producers to provide additional supply in the short term. Ministers also noted the particular difficulties in diesel markets. Microsoft is to commit more investment and expand its operations in Nigeria. In this plan, the number of software developers is expected to increase from 100 to 300, while that of train the trainers would also move from 700 to 1,700, just as transfer of digital skills to youth across the country is expected to receive a boost. Chidema Indebese reports that the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Issa Ali Pantami, engaged the visiting Microsoft President and Executive Vice Chairman, Brad Smith, with both agreeing that establishing the African Digital Center in Lagos and the Artificial Intelligence Cultural Heritage Projects for global access to 3 Nigerian languages is crucial to Nigeria's digital transformation.
We have 3 partnerships now moving forward to expand broadband connectivity in different parts of Nigeria. So we believe in the future of Nigeria.
On behalf of our government, I want to give you our assurance that we will continue to provide an enabling environment for business in Nigeria. We have over 36 major initiatives to support ease of doing business, and that catapulted our country many steps higher in the global ranking. Many tech giants have admitted that now they find it easier to do business in Nigeria than before.
The minister also revealed that he had a meeting with the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, to resolve any challenges which Microsoft's team might experience in licensing or service payment. As part of plans to boost research and learning as well as support the development of local content, the federal government has established Intellectual Property Center at the Isa Mustafa Agwai, the first Polytechnic, Lafia. Abari Solomon reports that the center was inaugurated by the Director General, National Office for Technology Acquisition and Promotion, Dr. Dan Azumi Ibrahim.
Intellectual Property Technology Transfer Office in the Polytechnic is the brainchild of the National Office for Technology Acquisition and Promotion under the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, established to regulate the inflow of foreign technology into the country and also to promote local industries and technology through the help of foreign experts.
It's meant to encourage Nigerian researchers to begin to look at research and development as a means targeted towards solving problems.
It is in this regard that one of my key agenda as Rector is to invest relevant human and material resources.
Inaugurating the project, Director General, National Office for Technology Acquisition and Promotion, Dr. Dan Azumi Ibrahim says research and development are critical and vital tools through which the country can reduce overdependence on foreign technologies and ensure the development of local content in order to promote export and substitute import. Over 50 personnel, including deans, head of departments, coordinators, directors, lecturers were trained on the rudiments of formulating intellectual property policy for tertiary institutions, with high hope that the new development will enhance research and development in the school. In Lafia, Abari Solomon, NTA News.
The Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 has waived the pre-departure PCR test and post-arrival rapid antigen tests for fully vaccinated passengers visiting Nigeria. This means that from Monday, the 4th of April 2022, passengers visiting Nigeria who are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 are no longer required to carry out COVID-19 PCR tests before boarding Nigeria-bound flights. Chairman, Presidential Steering Committee on COVID-19 and Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, emphasized this in a press statement announcing Nigeria's revised travel protocol. In the revised travel protocol, fully vaccinated passengers arriving in Nigeria will also not be required to carry out post-arrival PCR tests or a rapid antigen test by the NCDC. However, passengers who are unvaccinated or partially vaccinated for COVID-19 must take a COVID-19 PCR test 48 hours before departure and undergo days 2 and 7 post-arrival PCR tests at their own costs. Meanwhile, the PSC insists that all inbound passengers must register online via the Nigeria International Travel Portal and that passengers leaving Nigeria are advised to have evidence of full vaccination against COVID-19 and also comply with the COVID-19 guidelines of their destination or transit countries. The PSC states that children below the age of 18 years will be accorded the same privileges as persons who are fully vaccinated. And next is sports with Cynthia Ogun.
Handicap 23 player Brigadier General Samuel Ladipo, retired, has emerged the best net winner of the first quarter golf and tour group Golf Kitty, which ended Saturday at the TYB Golf Course in Abuja. Ladipo netted 126 over 2 days to emerge winner as Handicap 24 player Maureen Apute played 141 nets over 2 days to emerge winner in the women's category.
I want to put it down to hard work and a lot of effort on and off the course. What I saw on the course today, having played myself, It's been a very good tournament. The conduct of the game has been top-notch and very, very commendable.
Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Works and Housing, Chukwunwike Uzo, has charged members of the sports team in the ministry to do more to ensure that more medals are won for the ministry in future competitions. Uzo gave the charge Saturday in Abuja during a reception organized in honor of the ministry's athletes who won medals at the 2021 Federation of Public Service Games held in Ilorin, Kwara State.
Our target in the next sports festival should be to win all the gold that is available.
Over 100 Nigeria Professional Football League referees and assistant referees took part in a 2-day fitness exercise and seminar in Abuja. The exercise is to assess the level of officiating in the first stanza of the league and how to improve in the second stanza of the league.
What we noticed when they weren't too good, to do some little corrections and go back to the second round with a view to performing better than what we did in the first stanza.
According to the Nigeria Referees Association, there were little or no incidences in the first phase, more reason for the charge for them to do more in this final phase of the league. With Sports Update, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed grief over the death of Eunice Ndanusa Isaiah, the mother of the Leadership newspaper's founder and publisher, Mr. Sam Nda Isaiah, who died in December 2020. Reacting to the news of her demise, in a statement, President Buhari said Mama Ndanusa's demise was particularly painful, coming a year after the death of her first son, which is a difficult thing to bear for the family. The president sends his deepest sympathies at this difficult and trying moment to the family and prays for the repose of her soul. And that's nationwide. We thank you for watching. I'm Ayo Deji Makinde. Please remember to connect with the NTA and stand against rape and rapists. On behalf of the entire production crew, have a wonderful evening ahead. Bye-bye.
Wannan labarin ma yana peji na 36.
Ita kuma babban labarin wannan jarida shine ainihin labarin da ke gaban jarida shine ta bayyana cewa
ọkwa ji ken eziokwu
nwanne m nwoke
Ikechukwu Ndukwe Igbo
iji wee mee ka ụbọchị na-aga n'anya ya
nation fún ti òwúrọ̀ yìí ibẹ̀ náà ti sọ pé àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ ìpínlẹ̀ Benue pàṣẹ wípé
ní gbogbo àwọn ẹ̀ka ní ẹ̀ka ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ní ẹ̀ka ètò ìlera ní ẹ̀ka ètò ààbò.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the You Report link. And be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
And there's the start.
Archbishop of basketball, goal! He hung on that net like a stork up a tree. NTA Sports 24 brings you all sports, all time and all day. Tune in to watch NTA Sports 24 on Star Times Channel 270, Star Sat on Channel 434, and Free TV on Channel 731. NTA Sports 24, where sports thrive.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Yeah, welcome to Abrahamic Mission. Today, we like to congratulate our Christian brothers and sisters who are in their lengthy period, and we pray God in His infinite mercy will accept all their prayers. And also the Muslims also that they are around the fasting month of Ramadan, that everything is in top gear now, and that we pray God will spare all our life so that we witness it more and more. Today we'll be looking into fasting and moral rejuvenation. My name is Imam Fuad Adeyemi, and joining me in the studio to discuss this is a new Archbishop of the Abuja Metropolitan Province of the African Church, Most Reverend Dr. Peter Okumuyiwa. Most Reverend, you are welcome.
You are welcome. God bless you.
I want to congratulate you on your new position elevation as the Archbishop of the Metropolitan Province. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
And once again, on behalf of all of us from Abrahamic Mission, including the viewers who don't miss it, we want to say congratulations and God will continue to support you.
I need to really express my appreciation to the Abrahamic Mission family.
Okay.
With their presence and their support, donations towards my enthronement, which was done recently. In fact, I feel so proud and to be associated with this body. I am so glad, and I pray that God will keep this vision and will help us to achieve the purpose for which it is introduced.
Thank you so much. And also, our own Imam, who perhaps most of us will know him, we would love to be associated with him, like Archbishop had said, because if you are the Imam of where it is happening, then it means you are an Imam of Timber and Caliber. So I want to welcome our Imam. Imam Muhammad Nura Khalid is the Imam of the Legislative Quarters, Abuja. Imam, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, and I congratulate my friend, my brother, for this starting point. It's not the end, it's going to be the starting one.
Thank you very much.
Well, Imam has said it's a starting point, and once somebody become an archbishop, it means so many more things are added. We pray God in His infinite mercy will support you. Amen. And you become successful in the work which you have chosen, and God has chosen you to. Before we now continue with the topic we want to discuss, which is fasting, let me quickly read some of the messages that we have received in the past few days. This morning I said, this is a very good program. I wish you extend it to all radio stations in Nigeria and television stations. Thank you. God bless you, people. Isaac Ogebe from Ojodu, Bega, Lagos. I want to thank Mr. Isaac Ojodu from Ojodu. Well, thank God
This program is being aired by Radio Nigeria FRC and Network. So anywhere you can get Radio Nigeria, you will get it. And currently, a particular FM station in Abuja has also joined, has written to NTA, and NTA has granted it. Citizen FM will also be airing it at the same time that this program is going on. I think our yearnings are being granted. Our prayers have been. Many media houses are joining Abrahamic mission because of its importance in the nation. We want to thank all those who are interested and who are supporting us, all of you that have been making this recommendation. I think we will be there by the special grace of God. Archbishop, I don't know, you've been very busy with pastoral work all this along. You don't know that many things are happening. What's your opinion?
Well, I think it's a good development that more media houses are showing interest in promoting the vision of this program. And I think we welcome as many people so that many people, in fact, will have to be reached with the message of this program. So we call on more stations, media, that is radio or television, to come in and partner with us on this program.
Yeah, it is a very good one because Nigeria needs something like this. It is timely. It is very important because of the scenario, because of the situation on ground. We need to take Abrahamic mission to every home in Nigeria.
Yeah. And that is why we now need serious sponsorship. We want many people. You can promote what you are doing through this program now because it's almost everywhere. With all humility, this is the first program in recent time that is not full government and is being aired in so many media houses at the same time. I think we can use this opportunity to promote whatever we do or to sponsor this program so that whatever you do, it will also be shown that you are part of the team that entrench peace in Nigeria. We welcome you as you join us in promoting peace and harmony through Abrahamic mission in Nigeria. Thank you. Let me continue with messages. This person he said, "Good evening. I am Linus. I love this program. I try always not to miss it. I'm watching from Cross River State. I want to know if it is true that as Muslim, the more you kill, the more chances you have to be admitted into the paradise and given 72 beautiful angels to marry. Thank you." He's talking to our imam directly. Did you hear what
I heard it. I heard it very well.
Is it true? Is it true?
It's not true. There is no injunction in the Quran that urge Muslims to kill. But there is one which is contrary to that. That if you kill a soul, it is as if you destroy the entire humanity. And if you, revive a life, it is as if you have now revived the whole humanity. Therefore, it is not even logical to say that God Almighty will ask somebody to kill just people so that he will be admitted into paradise. And there is no any single injunction in the Quran that promise people that when you kill people, you will get more wives in the heaven. Even to have more wives in the heaven is not.
I said 72 virgins.
72 is not real. It's not right. It's not true.
But why do they what do they quote? Those who say when you kill other people, you have 72 virgins waiting for you in heaven. Where do they get that?
You know that there are fabricated hadiths that people use to fabricate. The sayings, the traditions of the Prophet, that the sayings and doings of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So people fabricated a lot of things and said that it was said by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which was not.
So it means it's a lie.
It's a lie.
Archbishop, I want you to react to that.
Well, he has said it. So the question is direct, and then since he said it is not true, it is unfounded. And I think everybody should see it in that light. And if you see any Muslim that comes to you and say he wants to kill you so that they can make paradise, you will tell him you have had it authoritatively from those who really understand the Quran that you don't kill to make paradise, but you do good things so that you can make paradise.
Or you can even ask him to show you. If anybody tells you, to show you where did they get that.
Okay. That is why it is important now for every Christian to be conversant with some fundamentals of the Quran, and every Muslim supposed to be conversant with some fundamental issues of the.
I don't want to. With what you said, I don't want to. I'm not going to give you what I want to say. One of our woman, a sister, she has actually donated some copies of English Quran for those who are in it, but I'm afraid it's not enough. That's why I'm just waiting for somebody who just say is in need of Quran, either Muslim or Christian that is English. I will just call that person secretly and say, come and take. But he didn't ask me to give you. So she didn't ask me to give you. Don't say you want. If you want, I will not give you.
So they say charity begins at home.
Yes.
So you need to be charitable to those of us who are here with you. Then we will be able to tell others that yes, something like this do exist.
Okay.
And here it is important for able Muslims to be printing English Quran for the free distribution so that people will know what is that Quran.
Are you people doing this? You are the one, you should start from you, because that's where it is happening. Archbishop, do you understand me?
Yeah.
That is where it is happening. In the legislative orders. No, I'm sorry, sir. Who am I to attack my bosses? It's not possible. I'm only saying the truth on behalf of everybody that is watching. That is just it.
Thank you.
But I think we should do something so that people will be able, when somebody is even telling lie, you'll be able to know. Right from primary school, I have more than 3, 4, 5 different Bibles. 4, 5, 3 different.
No, not different. Different versions. I have so many versions. I have so many versions of the Bible.
So I have so many versions of the. So when anybody is telling lie, unless I don't want to talk, I know what you are saying. So that is. It is important that we have. I even read more than that. I even read Jewish and other Baha'i. I know. So we should try as much as possible for us to know more about so many things. This man writes it. Abrahamic Mission is a program that I don't want to miss out because of the knowledge in it. Because to some extent, religion has done more harm to us than good because of the false teaching from some of our religious clergies. I wish everyone will learn from this program. Thank you. Stephen Saleh from Wuse, Abuja. You say salam. Ajia Rafat, I am Alpha Yusuf from Oshogbo. These are old message. This man writes, he said, my name is Adnan Adeyemi. Why is it that Muslims, we heard that they want to Islamize Nigeria? I think we have answered this question before. They said, do you people want to Islamize Nigeria? He says, Adnan Adeyemi from Odemu.
Is it possible even? Nobody wants to Islamize Nigeria. If you are a good citizen of Nigeria, you want Nigeria to be in peace. Therefore, you can't Christianize, Islamize, Hausanize, Fulanize, traditionalize, or liberalize, or any language. You can't change the course of the Almighty. This is a destiny by the Almighty. He created Nigeria to be a multicultural and multi-religious country, and it shall stay like that. We can't change it. Therefore, take it easy. Let's stay in peace. That is the most important religion we want to establish in Nigeria. A peaceful Muslims living with a peaceful Christians and peaceful
other religions.
We don't want to fight to say that we want to establish impossible. It is impossible to Islamize or Christianize Nigeria.
Bishop,
I concur.
Okay. This man writes, he said, good evening, the moderator and other discussants. My identity is Barrister Uchechukwu G. Nwanaju from Imo State. He said, permit me to submit that the problem facing Christian-Muslim leadership in Nigeria is tremendously rooted in illiteracy. The highly educated Christian and Muslim faith hardly fall apart. It is the touts in our midst that find and or stoke the embers of discord. Well, thank you. Well, thanks for the patriotic program. I don't know whether you want to say something on that.
Well, he has spoken rightly. I think, no, but except that some of these problems are also being promoted by the elite, by those of us who really feel we know the religion. Because what I've come to realize is that Nigerians are good followers. And when they hear from their leaders anything, they want to try to find a way of executing or implementing it. So that is why to the leaders also of religions, we have to be very careful of the message we pass across to our hearers at any given time. Sometimes you may not mean it, but the moment it comes out from you, your followers take it, pick it, and wants to begin to act it. So to that extent, we have to be careful. Then the other side of it is, like he has said, is ignorance and illiteracy. Some don't even know, and they just want to say, well, I want to fight the cause of God in your own way without really consulting with the authority of the religion, those who really know better than you do.
Okay.
Carry on.
Okay. I think we will not take more than that. You can be part of this program by sending your messages or through WhatsApp or SMS messages alone to this number 070-449-44949. It will be shown on your stations on your screen. But for those who are listening on radio, let me repeat it again: 070-449. Another 449, then 49. So you can pick it like that and send your messages either through SMS or WhatsApp alone.